Odin's Organics. Like, subscribe, share, and comment. I want to make this video about a project I've been working on. It's a music project, and so maybe this will help anybody who's trying to make a record or make a painting or make a book or whatever. This is just a little bit about the process and a bit about the history of what I've gone through as a musician and whatnot. So I'm 37 years old now. I'm going to go make a record here in about a week down in Joshua Tree. This is probably, I don't know, maybe the 10th, I'm guessing 10th record I've made. Used to play in a band called the Fontaine Classic and The Oldest Profession. You can go look both those up. That's me and some friends making stuff. Now I'm on my own, not really, but in a way, yeah. No band, no community. I live in the suburbs now, have a small family, so I'm not as involved in any music scene, which is okay with me, Look, I get this beautiful stuff going on, and I got a wonderful dog I can go on these walks with. But so this record, it is March like 20th or something like that, and I'm leaving on April 2nd to go down to Joshua Tree. We've got 5 nights booked there, and we're gonna bring all the recording equipment, bring all the instruments down, and make the record in an Airbnb that I booked. So I've done this before with my friend Kyle. This is our second time doing this, and it worked out the first time, so let's do it again, And around New Year's Eve 2025, I didn't have anything written, but I want to make something, and I want to go to Joshua Tree, and I want to make it, and I think Kyle's the guy to do it with. So I called Kyle. He said, yeah, let's do it. So I booked the Airbnb. Boom, it's on the books. Still nothing written. Didn't know what it was going to be like. And so, that following couple days, I just started writing. And it was okay, kind of getting somewhere. Getting the engine going sometimes is a minute. It takes a little bit, in the creative stuff. I hadn't been creative for a couple weeks, couple months, so it takes a minute. You got to get rid of some of the bad ideas. And and he was telling me his life story, and he was telling me all these crazy things that happened with him. He had a bunch of kids, and his wife died of cancer, and he lost his legs, and he's a very religious guy, and he went to jail. He had done drugs, so he just had all these crazy stories, and he was talking to me. And since I had put myself in the mindset of I gotta write, I'd been thinking about it, and he said one line to me. He said, his wife died of cancer, and he said, I'll see her again when I kiss this world goodbye. And he said that, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's such a beautiful line. And I grabbed my phone, and I just started talking into the phone, my voice recorder. I use that all the time. And I was talking into the phone, just saying what this guy's story was, what his what some of the lines were that he was saying. And I'm sitting in my truck, and I pull out the voice recorder, and here comes Odin. And I go pull out the notepad, and it just comes out. The song just writes itself. Go home later that night, put some music to it, put a melody to it, record it, demo it, boom, there's the first song. And that whole process just took up so much momentum for me to write these songs. Now I have 16 written and ready to go. And what happened was, it led to me realizing that songwriting is about stories, and it is about people. It's about people and their stories. And so then it led me to, I have people in my life that have stories. They're far away, All my family's from South Dakota. I live in Northern California. But I started making these phone calls to my grandfather, who was in his late 80s. And I started asking him about his life and asking him these questions, and he started telling me stuff too. So I've written a couple songs about South Dakota and about, our family and about stuff like that. There was a big fire out in the Black Hills called Jasper. I wrote a song called Jasper. It's about fighting a fire. So none of these songs that I've written, in a way, they're biographical. Some of them are a little bit personal, but a lot of them are about other people and about telling their stories. Whereas before, as a songwriter, a lot of the stuff it'd be personal, and it would have this heaviness to it and this weight to it, because sometimes it was painful. And now I don't feel like that on this record, because I can relate to all these stories, but they're not mine. They're not my stories. I get to be this expression of it. And so, for me, I never had a tremendous amount of success with these independent rock bands that I played in. Like I said, I'm 37 now. I've been playing in bands all through my 20s. It was always the dream. Still is. Different though, it's different now, but still love it. And songwriting has just evolved so much for me, and I'm really happy and grateful to be in this place now where songwriting is more joyful, it's more fun, it helps me connect with other people when I tell their stories. They're in my head, they're a part of me now, all those patients. How you doing, Mr. O? And so I'm gonna go down there. I'm gonna meet Kyle. He lives in LA, so he's gonna drive out from LA. I'm driving down from Northern California, and we're gonna meet there. And I got demos, but that's it. And Kyle's a tremendous musician, tremendous recording engineer. So I have no doubt in my mind that we're gonna make something special. And we're kind of isolating ourselves, which is cool, in the desert. Gonna bring Odin. And there's nothing riding on this record either. I'm making this record for no other reason than to make it. And if it turns out to be something that people like and share, that'd be awesome. And I would love that. But if not, that's okay too, because I'm just in a place with songwriting now where it's not about that. It's about the process. It's about the last 2 months, where I got to go through this process of being creative and learning about songwriting and expressing these ideas. The final product is great, but like they say with these neuroscientists who are talking about dopamine now, dopamine gets released in the process of a goal, in the process of going for something. So the last 2 months, I've had so many nice days just looking forward to this and working on it and thinking about it, and so much good dopamine has been released in those days. And so when I find myself focusing on that, it's like the end product is what it is. It's up to God at that point. You make something and it's up to God, or whatever you believe in. And so I'm gonna pack up the truck in a week. I'm gonna get the garden ready, get the chickens ready. Kayla and the baby are gonna be staying with her folks probably. And I'm gonna head down there. I'm gonna see an old friend that I've known for probably 20 years. And we're gonna make something. And I'm looking forward to sharing it. But yeah, if you're doing a project or if you're making something, just remember that the process is where the joy is at. And when you're done, if it's not perfect, if it's not what you imagined, that's okay, because you got to make it. You got to go through the journey of making it. So we'll talk to you later.